Hi, I'm Janet Khoshaba with Rewind, and this is Back Up to Level Up podcast, hosted live from Las Vegas at ShopTalk 2026. We're here on the floor talking to founders and operators about their stories and how they've had an impact, and we really want to bring those stories to life and share with you how they've backed up to level up. We're live at ShopTalk here in Vegas, and here with CJ Pinkham. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business, what it is, what you sell, and who it's for?
Absolutely. So hi, I'm CJ. I run CJPC. So essentially we offer AI solutions for both large enterprise companies and small businesses. But specifically, especially why we're here today, I have a huge passion for teaching, and I really don't want people to be left behind. And I keep hearing and seeing companies making all these decisions that, quite frankly, have sometimes a negative impact on the workforce. And I think there is a people-first approach. Mm-hmm. And so from a CJPC perspective, we work to audit a company's tech stack and their AI workflow and identify what it is they're trying to do.
Right.
And the right way to apply it from a instructional design and learning development standpoint so they can get their employees excited about it and really want to embrace it and use it. That's where a lot of it falls apart, right? They are like, I'm going to solve this big thing.
Yeah.
And then their employers are like, oh, hell no. You're coming after my job. I'm not doing that. You just scared me. So it's how do we just make it approachable?
Yeah, because people, when they hear AI, the first thing is like they feel threatened, right?
Exactly.
How do you deal with that?
So I think it has to be a shared solution, right? When somebody can understand that it's there to actually make their life easier and that they're freed. Mm-hmm. So there's so much, I hate to say it this way, but we all know this. There's a lot of crap you have to do in your job every day that you just don't love.
Yeah.
But you have to do it, right? It's part of the job. And there's the things that you love to do.
Exactly.
If you approach it the right way, AI can free all that up for somebody. They can help influence how the workflow changes. All that repetitive stuff can go away. And then that human in the loop can make the big decisions. So if they can just embrace, I can have a say in the destination that we're going to arrive at, they will be freed up to innovate, to focus on the things that really matter, to sell more, make more money, create better ideas.
That's awesome. CJ, that sounds so interesting, and I love the AI angle. Can you tell me something tell me one thing that you really love about your job?
So a little background on me, I am actually autistic. There's not a lot of us female founders. Actually, quite frankly, there's not a lot of autistic people in the business world today. And I think COVID wiped out a lot of the females in the workforce. Mm-hmm. I spent most of my life terrified of humans. I like to joke that I was like that shelter dog that bit because growing up, life was tough. Mm-hmm. And so now my favorite part of my job is just how do I help people learn to be accepting of so many different things, because I used to suck at it. I wouldn't say I'm good at it now.
We're still learning. Don't worry, we're still learning.
Right? And my quiet motto, and you guys can beat this out, is fuck first impressions, because autistic people usually make really bad first impressions. But I think that being able to help people find a way to shine when they're terrified and they don't know what to do is just, I love it.
I love that for you. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what a story. So let's back up a little bit now. So what really inspired you to start your business? Can you touch on how did you go from your first idea to your first product to your first order, and how did that feel?
Absolutely. So I had been in corporate America for almost 30 years, and I really was burnt out. So you saw me a year ago. I was 80 pounds heavier. I was absolutely miserable.
You
look
look great.
Sick all the time. So if you saw me a year ago, I was 80 pounds heavier. I was sick all the time, and I was just fried. And at that point, I was like, I want out of corporate America. And so I left. My husband was amazing. He's like, I love you. Aww. I need a sane wife. So I joked that I was in retirement, and I am a lifelong learner. I think part of being autistic is you have to learn to adapt and overcome all the time. And so I just kept diving in and learning. And it's like, I don't know what crack is like. I always imagined I had an earlier life where I could have tried those things, but I was too chicken. But I imagine AI is my crack. I just want to keep learning. I am addicted. And so that just got me excited again to be back into the world of marketing and operations and strategy.
For sure.
So that's where I am. And it led me to my company. So it started first, I had some old friends call me like, hey, we need you. Mm-hmm. We've got some work. And so that got my toes back in the water with retail strategy. And which is great. I love it. And I don't want my clients to hate me,
Yeah.
but I love them and it's fun. But I started applying practical applications of AI to that. And I was like, there's so much we could do here and that I could teach people. So that's where I started. And so where I am today is we currently are, I have a really strong bench of vetted contractors. I don't have any full-time hire. I want to be able to help companies bring in senior level leaders who know what they're doing and hit the ground running and not break the bank for them, because that's usually where it's problematic. And just work to create, that great experience with AI. So first products for us right now, we do a lot of automation within the small business world, but in corporate America, it's selling workshops. It's selling those customized plans.
I love that. Yeah, just getting everybody used to it, adopting it.
Yeah.
Changing their mind frame about how AI is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
The AI punch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, CJ, let's talk about the turning point. What changed that helped you go from trying to actually growing? So, was there a specific moment, a decision, or a channel that made a difference through this journey of yours?
Yeah. So, I think I led a lot of my decisions based on fear for so long, and I regret that. And I had this moment when I was like at my lowest and completely burnt out and didn't really recognize myself. And I know a lot of other women can relate. You put your spouse, your partner first, your children first.
Absolutely.
You put everything in your job because your job validates you.
For sure.
And it got to be this point where I was like, I can't keep doing this anymore. And someone once told me, I'm going to completely get this quote wrong, but it's something to the effect of, do you work as hard for yourself as you work for others?
Wow.
I could not say yes to that.
Wow.
In no way. And I was like, something has to change. That was what changed it. I finally had this moment of, I have to work as hard for me as everything else in my life. And so from that moment on, it was like, let's do this.
That's so impactful. Wow. Now let's switch gears. Can you share something that you did earlier on that, like, looking back now, you're like, that feels kind of insane? Because, like, speaking about AI, you can just press a button and it can like do everything for you, right? So is there something that you can share that that something was so monotonous that right now is just click of a button, boom, you're done?
Oh my gosh. So this is gonna make you guys are gonna realize how old I am when I tell you this example. I used to work on PepsiCo at Tracy Locke, still are the agency of record. And we launched Pepsi stuff way back in the day. This is when the internet was like new and you could collect and get. The amount of manual cataloging, inventory, processing of all the entries, the codes. I'm talking night, day, all the time. It's like a button now. I don't even think it's a button. I think it just automatically happens. Like the fact that, and that was one of the first code-based internet programs. Like that's how old I am.
No, you look young. Come on, CJ. You look great. But that's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
How life's changed and technology.
Absolutely.
It's insane. Now the level up moment, we want to hear something to inspire our audience who are either trying to get into the business and take something away from what you've learned in your journey. CJ, is there one lesson that you'd give someone starting today? If it is, what would it be?
Yeah.
And if you could look to the camera on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that question. So I mentioned earlier, like fear held me back. I have this mentor who I'm absolutely love, Southern gentleman, and he once told me, a closed mouth don't get fed. I'm sure there's a better grammatically way to say that. But what I would say that means is if you don't open your mouth and you don't ask for something, it's not going to happen. And I think women tend to always feel like they can't ask. They can't expect to be there. They can't want to have that moment. And so closed mouth don't get fed. I raise my children that way. I tell my kids, you have to ask. You have to demand. You will never eat if you don't stand up and fight for what you need and what you want. So every woman out there, I don't want to say we're dying, but COVID has set us back 30 years. There's just not enough of us in corporate America, especially those who are autistic. So show up, be there, ask, make it happen. There's a lot we've got to do, and there's a lot we can accomplish.
That's great. That's so nice. Before we close, where can people connect with you and your brand, and what's coming next for CJPC? What's next for your business?
So you guys can find us at cjpc-ai.com. We're also currently on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. That's where most of our audience is. I'd love to be on TikTok, but you guys do not want to see me on TikTok. So you can find us at cjpc.collective. And what's coming next for us, we've got a lot going on. We've just been contracted to start teaching small business classes in the state of North Carolina. So we're really looking forward to helping small business everywhere. They're underserved. And then also we're doing a lot in the workforce development standpoint. So if you guys need help applying for grants, because the government will pay you to teach and upskill your staff, we know how to do it, call us. We will absolutely help you upskill your employees.
Well, thank you so much, CJ, for being on the podcast today. It was so inspiring to hear your story and your journey. And I wish you the best of luck, and we'll definitely be in touch about AI training.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.